town bells echoed through crimson dusk as Samuel walked home, heart heavy with forgotten kindness. He had buried hundreds, yet never remembered their smiles, only the weight of their silence. One afternoon, a stranger arrived, a woman whose laughter felt like spring after a long winter. Her name was Clara, and she brought stories of distant lands that danced through dying hearts. Samuel, for the first time, felt life whisper in a place meant for endings. They met daily, sharing bread, laughter, and long silences heavy with unspoken tenderness and fear. Rumors spread. The Undertaker smiling? The man who mourned the world had found reason again. Clara taught him to paint sunsets, though he'd spent life watching daylight fade from coffins. They painted the horizon until stars appeared, their laughter blending with the hush of night. But winter came with quiet cruelty, and Clara's laughter began to fade like melting snow. He prayed each morning, traded his shovel for her medicine, his tears for fragile hope. One dawn, her breath stopped mid-sentence, and the silence screamed louder than any bell. The Undertaker buried the only person who ever made him forget he was one. He carved her name with trembling hands, each letter a confession of love too late. After her burial, he continued to work, but each funeral felt heavier than before. He began placing flowers on every grave, whispering Clara's kindness into names no one remembered. The townsfolk noticed his warmth, the way he spoke to the dead as though they listened. Years passed, wrinkles deepened, hair silvered, yet his eyes remained alive with gentle purpose. One evening, he lay down beside Clara's grave, whispering that he was ready to rest. When morning came, he was gone, his body serene, hands folded like a prayer fulfilled. The Undertaker's apprentice wept openly, saying, "Even death mourns the man who once buried it." At his funeral, every villager came, from infants to elders, carrying stories Samuel had revived. They buried him beside Clara, where two souls met again beneath roots and starlit eternity. And when heaven's bells rang, even the Undertaker whispered, "He made life worth dying for."